Hello Blizzard fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between MorN and Fried Pork on Coda, the latter edition. This is a Heart of the Swarm replay. It is a TVZ. TVZ is probably my second favorite matchup in all of Heart of the Swarm. I'm not quite sure which is my favorite matchup in Legacy of the Void right now. I need to watch a lot more of it before I can make that decision. Alright, in the bottom right of Coda, the latter edition, we have the Red Terran player. It is MorN, representing MorN. With a little StarCrafts, happy star there. I like to see that from a player. It makes me think they are happy, although it could just be a total lie. I don't know. In the top left of Coda, the latter edition, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Fried Pork. I do like fried pork. I like Chinese food. I think everybody likes Chinese food, right? Have you met somebody who just hates Chinese food, all kinds of Chinese food? I think that might have to do with something because there's just a lot of variety to it. If you get noodles, and you get rice, and you get sweet and sour, and you get beef with broccoli, and you get like orange stuff and lemon stuff, and there's just a lot of stuff to like with Chinese. So either way, actually back to the game, we are going to go 15 hatch here for Fried Pork against this Protoss player. Again, people do feel comfortable with this in Heart of the Swarm these days. It says Protoss against this Terran player. I thought this was Protoss for a second. Back it up, back it up. 15 hatch is standard in Heart of the Swarm. We're going to get our gas, we're going to get our spawning pool, we're probably going to see a Reaper expand from MorN. Indeed it is. There comes the Reaper. We're going to save our money for a command center. I'm going to wall off here just in case some crazy like 6 pools coming because we haven't scouted yet. But no, the SCV says, all right, there is an expansion. We know nothing bad is going to happen here. Possibly could we make a bunker? Hey, look at me being smart. We do make a bunker. 3 drones get pulled off the line though and try to catch that SCV. The SCV mineral walks away. There's a partially completed bunker here. I don't think it's going to really do much of anything at all. The SCV sneaks back on in. Jukes back in and tries to finish it. Meanwhile, the Reaper goes to town on these workers. Can we save it? Oh, saving it at just the last second. These Lings are popping out. The Lings need to kill that SCV. They need to get it now. They can't. Oh, can they? Couple more hits and the SCV does to go down before the bunker can finish. Oh, trying to make another worker into... Oh, another kill there by that Reaper. Trying to make spawning pools. Desperately. Spore crawlers, rather. Can't quite do it. Another spore crawler. Wow, excellent play. There's the Queen finally popping out. That should be enough to chase away that Reaper. But again, the Reaper did get 2 kills there. So not a bad deal whatsoever. A second Reaper pops on in. There are 2 now. I'm not sure if MorN wants to push the issue or not. The bunker does actually get exploded. And the Reaper is coming around the left side here. Going to try to get another kill. They do! The reaction time from Fried Pork is not quite fast enough. Speed is on the way, but no more Zerglings are in production. Can we actually handle... Oh, but Lings are down here trying to prevent the construction of this command center. And are we going to get the SCV? Nope. Not at all. The SCV does manage to survive. Going to come back to work on the command center at a very low hit point number. But Reapers, again, just being so annoying. This is more committal than I've seen with Reapers for a long time. But again, Fried Pork is not really doing much to dissuade it. There we go. Actually catching one of those Reapers on the creep. A couple shots from both of these Queens and just another hit from the Zergling is enough to kill it. 2 more Reapers. Okay, 1 more Reaper here there for a total of 2. Swinging on here again along this left side, getting another drone kill. What is going on? This is madness. Being forced to pull drones off the line to deal with this. And 1 more hit. Boom. Another Reaper ends up dead. I feel like with better control, MorN could probably have saved these Reapers, but at the same time, he has managed to kill 6 drones, which is really good. Are we going to get another one? Trying to get it. This guy has 4. The combat drugs kicking in, but no, the Queen comes from the other side. 1 more shot. Boom! Explodes in midair, falling off onto the creep. That is always so fun to see. Overlord in a good position to scout this out. The Great Wall of Supply Depots, it's on its way up. Terran players like to do this against Zerg. Banelings can get through, but it's really kind of hard to do so. Here come the Hellions next, and the next wave of harassment. Terran players do like to get that harassment on. It is 34 to 24 Harvesters. Zerg player doing a good job actually droning up during all those attacks. Making a couple Queens was a good idea. Aren't there 3 Queens? Where's that 3rd Queen? There it is. Kind of creep queening right now. Probably used to inject on this 3rd base once it is up and running. So we're moving into the macro stage. A couple Hellions popping out, but again, with the number of Queens that are out, and actually making a Baneling nest. Oh, not going for the Roach Warren, which is what you would expect here. Instead going for Banelings and not actually getting a lair either. So Fried Pork is being a little bit unorthodox. Gonna go for some kind of crazy 3-base Zergling Baneling all in like we have seen in previous professional tournaments. I think it's been a couple of years though. I think Life did that to... Did he do that to Flash 2 or 3 years ago? I mean, he did it like 4 times in a row in a best of 5 series or best of 7 series or something stupid. Either way, but Flash basically refused to make tanks, so the Ling Banelings destroyed him most of those times. But I think at this point, Terran players recognize if it is a crazy Ling Baneling all-in, you don't see any other tech, make a couple tanks. You're going to be glad that you did. You already have the factory, right? So not a big deal to make a tank there. What are we doing? Overlord scouting on in, does actually see the factory, does see the reactor coming down on the factory, sees the barracks with the tech lab. I think it sees the other barracks as well, so recognizes what's going on here. This is a pretty good group of Hellions, though. If we look at the creep spread, again, it's okay, doing pretty darn good. There are 3 queens out here for defense, in addition to the ones that are injecting. This is kind of a mass queen play here from Fried Pork, just trying to get up that Baneling play, getting +1 melee and +1 carapace. The Hellions coming around the right side, recognizing there's probably a base, and the intuition was darn near correct. The drone pull is immediate, though. Excellent drone pull. Pretty good split, but still a bunch of drones end up dead. 3 or 4 of them, it looks like 5 there. The Queen's taking shots at the Hellions, but can't quite kill them. The Hellions are fast. If they stand and fight, they'll die, but if they run away, they'll probably be okay. The Queen's chasing out off the creep. Probably not recommended behavior here, as the Hellions can just kind of get past them, but it actually does manage to scare the Hellions away. So hey, more power to Fried Pork at this point. What is MorN working on back home? We're pretty much going to make Marines. We're going to make lots of Marines. Another command center probably will land this once he feels safe. Fried Pork is getting another hatchery, macro hatch, and a lair. And getting, what is this one? Pneumatopized Carapace. Yeah, actually wants to get speed for those Overlords. So maybe he's going for Baneling drops? That would be kind of nuts. I'd like to see that. I haven't ever been really able to make that work against Terran. Actually, a Hellion does die here to these Queens. There's a bit of a miss micro there by MorN. At this point, 58 to 50 Harvesters. Fried Pork is up. 13 workers have died. Again, most of that was due to the Reaper harass as well as the Hellions up around here. We're making a Spire now, so okay, it looks like we're going to go Ling Bling Muta. A fairly standard composition against Terran players. Trying to take a 4th base over here. Usually you take your 4th in this area, but no, Fried Pork has other things on mind. On his mind. In mind? Yeah, in mind versus on his mind. They're the same thing, but they sound different. Alright, so the Speed Overlord's running around all over the place, getting good Overlord spread right now. Is Fried Pork going to poop creep everywhere, I have to assume. Do it right here. That would be great. Doing it right here would be nice too. Or getting Burrow maybe. Fantastic centrifugal hooks on the way for those Banelings. The Baneling speed, making a lot of Lings. MorN not actually pushing out. After all that harassment, these Hellions have been pretty idle for a while. He doesn't have much of an army. There it is. There is the push. So these medevac going to come out, but the Overlord spread is so good. Look at that. That Overlord sees them. I have to imagine another couple Overlords are going to see them. What's the answer going to be from Fried Pork? This is nothing but Marines. This is not Widow Mines. So I think you probably want some Banelings to deal with this. Upgraded Lings would probably do fairly well at the same time, as well as some Queens. But yeah, look at that. I think that Overlord could see them. The Overlord spread has just been nuts. Here we come again, trying to boost past yet another Overlord. If Fried Pork isn't ready for this, I'm going to be so mad. There we go. A million Lings coming in just at the last second, getting a full surround on these Marines and doing a pretty good job of it. The Marines are staying alive, but they're slowly being whittled down. The Lings get speed just at the last second. Another drop. Nope. Big Hellion push. Oh, the splits happen at just the last second. Mutas are out trying to take care of these Hellions. Dropping on the low ground here is MorN, expecting to find a base, but there wasn't. So dropping on the high ground here, and Lings get them. Lings get them. There we go. By spreading the Marines out, it actually makes them a little bit less effective. So I'm not sure what the idea was there. You kind of want your Marines to be in a ball when dealing with this number of Lings. I guess Baneling hits are less effective against spread out Marines. It's kind of just a game there. Spread out Marines are good against Banelings, but they're terrible against upgraded Lings. So we'll have to see how things go in future Baneling hits. Alright, so again, this Overlord should be pooping creep. Denying this base would be really nice. Might as well deny this one as well, and this one. If you have Overlords out and about, at least have them dropping creep. It doesn't hurt anything, it doesn't cost anything. If they die, so what? It's just a spell that doesn't cost you anything whatsoever. Fried Pork has 85 workers to 68 for MorN, but Terran is on 3 base, and Terran is going bio. So 3 base Terran can pretty much infinitely sustain bio, at least for a really long time. Just streaming across the map, getting that +2/+1 upgrade, getting +3 on the way for the infantry weapons and infantry armor +2. Just about to finish. There it is. 2/2 Marines, soon to be 3/3 Marines, are just so darn scary for our Zerg player. But here we come. Are we going to move up? And there is a good number of Banelings, not a huge number though. This is a pretty darn scary Marine ball. Marine hit squad coming up. Going to try to get rid of this creep spread, as that is super duper annoying. Pushing out onto the creep regardless, though, is MorN feeling very safe. Muta Harass coming in, trying to do something. There is a missile turret, though, and here we come. Banelings coming on in, getting a couple hits. The splits are all right, but man, I just think there were too many Banelings there. Widowmine's now part of the army for MorN. That's exactly what he needs to deal with this Zerg composition of Mutiling Bling. And again, at this point, it's just going to be who can macro the best. I mean, who can get the most Baneling hits, who can split the best, who can get the most cost-efficient trades, because we're going to be butting heads against each other for the next little while here. And yes, see, exactly. Marines coming on up, reinforcements coming up as well. Medivacs, we're actually not streaming reinforcements as good as I thought. There we go. More Marines coming up to join the rest of this army. Again, that +2/+2 just so scary at this stage in the game at the 15-minute mark, but the Banelings are here. They have +2/+2 themselves. The Banelings are rolling in. The split's actually terrible, but the pickup from the Medivac doing pretty darn good there as well. Dropping Marines here and there, trying to force friedpork to waste Baneling hits on individual Marines. But boy, howdy, I think the macro has just been a little bit too good here. The Mutaflot comes in to clean up the remainder of these Marines. They're not being healed anymore, so I think they can actually die, but the reinforcing Marines come in to chase away that Mutaflot. The Queens are kind of stuck out here by themselves. They're dropping creep, but they're actually going to die for their trouble, and they do, as well as their creep, the creep tumors. Unfortunately, the injects are looking pretty darn good for friedpork, though, keeping right on top of those. Still getting the upgrades, getting +2 flyer attacks, getting a hive. So I wonder if he's trying to get to ultras, possibly, or infestors. I don't know. I don't know. That would be pretty nice, though, especially because ultras do work with that ground attack and the ground carapace. The upgrades are shared by the Lings and the Ultralisks, so upgrading those guys will help you in the tier 3 as well. Inject. I was just talking about how good your injects are. And, okay, 3 of them look good. Nope, nope, these aren't being injected. Come on, friedpork. I know it's hard, but you can do it. I know you're worried about 10, 20,000 things right now, but you are just okay. Marines shooing away this Overlord. Again, if there was creep, it'd take longer for this command center to land. There we go. This one's pooping. I wonder why this guy wasn't. Very odd indeed. Mutaflot, again, not getting too big. This is why I think we're going to go for Ultras. I think we're saving gas for something else. Is there a Thor? Oh, there are Thors. There are Collector Edition Thors. Collector Edition Wings of Liberty Thors here with their extra wings and their extra coolness and guns and stuff. Very, very neat. It looks like MorN is a fan of the game. Is this a drop? Yeah. A little drop here with a single Widowmine and a few Marines. Again, I just... Ooh. Okay, I was just going to say, I don't know that there are many workers here to kill, but apparently there are, because that Widowmine just took out a whole bunch of them. The boost is going to wear off. It is, and the Medivac gets killed, doesn't manage to unload anybody. That is a nice pickup for friedpork. Just kind of sitting here. I think MorN could probably afford to put a little bit more pressure on the Zerg player. Again, here comes another drop to the right side, but it is being seen by this creep. The huge Baneling army trying to get the heck over here to try to save everything. Again, with the split on the Marines, the Lings come in, kind of clean up the Marines one by one. The drones don't even actually evacuate. Getting the Marines behind and in these minerals is a great position, though. But eventually they all get cleaned up. The Medivac does manage to escape. The Mutalisks are nowhere to be found. Long-distance mining, actually, are these guys, because this base is not quite finished yet. Where is MorN? Is he AFK? I guess he's just trying to max out. So he's basically maxed out at this point. He has his Thors with no upgrades whatsoever. He has his Marines with 3-3 just about to finish. He's getting high-sec auto-tracking, I assume, for the missile turrets just to deal with these mutas. But again, look at that. +3 carapace, +3 ground attack coming on up. Where is that Ultra Cavern? There it is. The Ultra Cavern is up. I missed it. The chitinous plating upgrade has not been evolved yet. This base ends up dead because that's where the army was. Pretty much at this point, wherever the army is for the Terran players, that's what is going to be dead. Another Medivac dies to this Mutaflot. The Mutaflot getting a little bigger than I thought. I think we're still saving 4 Ultras, but maybe not as many Ultras as I thought. Again, Thors do actually pretty well against Ultralisks in Legacy of the Void, at least. Maybe a little bit less good in Heart of the Swarm. We'll have to see. I don't remember Thors being especially great against Ultras, especially if they don't have any upgrades, and the Ultras are fully upgraded. 4 Ultras in production now. Here comes MorN. I don't know if he has the right composition to deal with Ultralisks and Lings and Banelings, but here we come, actually. friedpork kind of going for it, and then changes his mind. Never mind, splitting out again is MorN, doing a great job with those splits. Just small groups of Marines can actually be pretty darn effective. Ooh, but missing the split there. Baneling hits crashing into everything. And coming from the left side and the right side, Baneling's crushing stuff, getting surrounds on these Thors. One of the Thors go down, 2 of the Thors go down. The Lings do manage to pull out, They don't want to sacrifice themselves for no reason whatsoever. They are smart. And by this point, the Ultras should be out. Yes, there they are, fully upgraded with that 5 armor and 3 attack. I just think this is not a big enough Marine Thor army to really deal with this. Here we come. The Ultras coming right on top of the Thors. The Thors cannot escape. They're trying to kill Marines there. But nope. Everybody picks up and gets out. As soon as Thor sees those Ultras, or as soon as MorN sees those Ultras, he picks up and evacuates. A 4th base now is up, though, for our friend MorN. And a lot of bases, though, for friedpork. The macros are being really good for all these players. Inject. 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 Not injecting. Okay, not injecting anywhere. friedpork is thinking about something else right now. It is making more lings. It is making more mutas, getting flyer carapace level 1. Because why the heck not? Creep spread looking pretty darn good here. There's a single widow mine here at the Zelnaga watchtower, just kind of checking things out. Yikes, don't go in there. Lead with the Ultras. Let the Ultras take this widow mine hit. That's what you want to do. Sitting at the top of the ramp, again, I just don't think this army is quite big enough for MorN. Boy, we'll have to see, but here we come. Creep spread, a lot of creep spread about to come up this ramp in just a couple of minutes. The Ultras do have that 5 armor and the 3 attack. Banelings need to be mixed in here as well. I think that's what you're going to want. The mutas are flying over to join the group, and yep, there we go. They're the Banelings with the +3/+3, doing 47 splash damage to light units. Marines do have 55 damage. They pretty much two-shot them. But again, it's with the splash damage. Another drop tries to come out over here. The medevac does end up dead. Widowmine drop, actually. 5 kills and 0 kills there. Spore Crawler, Spine Crawler being created. Trying to deal with these Widowmines and actually pushing up while the Mutalisks are distracted. Taking down all of this creep is MorN pushing on. Are we going to try to sit at the Zelnaga watchtower? Yes, that's what we're going to do. MorN not being as active as I would expect here from a Terran player, but that is okay. He's kind of consolidating his forces. Getting upgrades for the Thors is a good choice here, as the infantry is already fully upgraded and getting to the gas on this 4th base. So here we come. Muta's flying around the right side, trying to snipe down. Yep, choosing to snipe down tech labs. Going to try to get workers here. Is there enough to snipe down this missile turret before it gets repaired up to full health? No. Man, look at that repair. It is super, super good. SCVs are dying, but very slowly with the splash. They actually abandon the missile turret, and that's it. The missile turret ends up dead. And a couple of Marines are here to try to deal with this Mutaflock, but it's just not enough. They end up retreating. But here comes the main army. Actually, this Muta attack was enough to pull the main army back from the middle of the map, or I guess a large portion of it, and halt the push onto Zerg territory. That's exactly what friedpork needed it to do. Swinging around the backside here, going for it with the Marauders up front, and kind of getting surrounded there, but retreating. The Ultras actually dancing back and forth with these Marauders, getting taken out by the Zerglings instead. The Mutaflock, do we need them back home is the question. Not necessarily. I don't think. MorN is just in such a tough position. There are so many bases. You can kind of whittle them down one by one here. There is a Thor attacking these mutas. The mutas are getting killed. They're trying to magic box this Thor, but additional Marines are flying in, and that's it. The Mutaflock needs to get the heck out of there. MorN trying to take down bases as best he can, but look, base here, base here, base here, base here. So many mining bases available for friedpork. I guess MorN also has a lot of bases as well. I guess 2 mining bases, though, which is not quite enough. Again, the army for Terran should be a little bit more cost-effective, so I'm not sure how much of a benefit that is to him. friedpork trying to retake this base, just kind of, I guess, trying to stall. Pretty much maxed out, getting carapace flyer, or flyer carapace level 2. Man, where are those Ultras? They're just kind of defending this base. They're like, all right, you know what, MorN, you can kill any base you want. You can kill this one if you feel like it. Probably you can kill this one again if you want to. But if you come try to kill this one, we will be ready for you. Nothing's actually mining here, but that is okay. Again, the Mutaflock comes in. This is a good play by friedpork, just killing SCVs left and right. 17 SCVs have died. 43 drones have died, though. Whoa, MorN has done a great job with this harassment, with the Widowmine drops and the Marine drops and everything else. Swinging on in are the Lings, getting a full surround on this line of Marines. I don't think the formation is very good for them. And there we go, coming up the right side as well. The Ultras decide we're just going to go for it. One of them is going to die. Baneling head at the front. Retreating again, though. The number of Thors is getting kind of scary. Up to 5 Thors with that +1 attack upgrade. And the Ultras decide to back out. So friedpork playing a little bit tentative. Can't take this base until this creep is gone. Probably should be pooping some more here, friedpork. That is A-okay. I think MorN's a little bit tired of waiting around. He's going to go for it. He's pushing up. So are the Ultras coming in here from the top side, throwing down fungals on everything from the left side are these infestors, but all of the Ultras are dead. The Thors proving to be the difference against these Ultralisks. 24 more Lings in production. I think that is a good choice here for our Zerg player, getting us around on these Ultras. This is not a large number of Marines, and they're not being healed very quickly as well. Broodlings popping on out, might actually get a kill. Nope, they do not at this stage of the game. Command Center does manage to land here, and this does not look good for our Zerg player. So the tables have turned. Lings are trying to come in, but they're rallying at the wrong place and getting picked off one by one here. Yikes, MorN actually might manage to do this. Here we come. The Mutas flying in, killing workers as best they are able to do. Just chasing these SCVs because they're going somewhere. This is entirely open, but here comes the push again. Marines, Marauders, Medevacs. There are Banelings being made, but I don't know if it is enough. A single Baneling flies in right on top of a Marauder. Not exactly what you want to see. The Thors going to town on these evolution chambers. Mutas flying in here. They'll probably take down this base without really too much difficulty, but MorN is wasting hatcheries left and right. Another hatchery goes down. Another hatchery just about to go down as long as MorN decides to move up this ramp. In production are a couple Lings. That's it. friedpork doesn't really have the tech to deal with this. There are Widow Mines everywhere. They can catch Zerglings pretty much by surprise and kill a whole ton of them. Mutas fly in. This guy actually has creep going on top of him. A single Muta trying to kill this. Magic boxing these Thors. I think that's actually going to work. +2/+2 upgrades on these Mutas. And yes, the 2 Thors do go down. This Medevac dies. That one's probably going to die as well. There are Lings actually in the main base and in the natural. Getting cleaned up though, I think. It's not really much of a base race. Again, you don't really want to base race the Terran. It just is a bad life choice. Especially when all your hatcheries are gone. And here comes another hatchery. Gonna die. This queen pops up, rebuilding his spire. friedpork has a lot of gas, but really not many minerals. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is there. Sniping down this command center are these Mutas again. And this base gonna go down to the small group of Marines and Marauders. Just really nothing to contest them right now. Spore Crawler trying to take down Medevacs, but can't quite do it. And oh, the spire is here as well. It's not gonna finish. And Thors sniping down this hive, doing a lot of damage. 36 damage, 2 attacks, a range of 7. The hive does explode. The spawning pool is probably next. Yes, that is the focus. Muta's trying to snipe down this planetary fortress. Here we come. It is Muta against fully upgraded Marine. Who is going to win the battle? That's it. friedpork is defeated. MorN is victorious. friedpork has actually left the game. So there you go. I guess friedpork was basically out of bases at that point. How many workers did he have left? Oh, 5. We can see that up here in the top right. I forget about that sometimes. 5 total, but only 20 left for MorN. I mean, production facilities were looking okay, but really nothing was mining. It's just pretty much this army was left. It was enough to deal with the amount of Mutas that were left. I think this engagement here was the one that did it. friedpork decided to engage into a ramp. He didn't get a surround, didn't really get very good Baneling hits. The Thors in the back did a lot of damage to the Ultras, and that was pretty much it. That turned the tide, and MorN was able to win. So again, pretty fantastic game. Thanks again for sending that in, MorN. I really appreciate it. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard and what you saw today. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all /Falcon Paladin at Falcon Paladin. Let's try that again. Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you for watching, and you take care of yourself.